Madam Deputy Speaker.
Order.
Item 3, Private Security Industry Amendment Bill.
Minister for Home Affairs.
Madam Deputy Speaker, on behalf of the Minister for Home Affairs, I beg to move that the bill now be read a second time. The Private Security Industry Act, or PSIA, provides for the regulation of private investigators, private investigation agencies, security officers, security agencies, and security service providers. It was introduced in 2007 with the aim of upgrading professional standards in the private security industry. This was to enable the industry to better contribute to Singapore's overall safety and security as the security landscape evolves. Since then, MHA and the Singapore Police Force, or SPF, have continued to work closely with the industry on various initiatives to uplift industry standards. One example is the Security Industry Transformation Map that was launched in 2018, which aims to shift the industry towards integrating skilled manpower and technology to deliver higher quality security services. Security officers are vital partners of the home team. They play important roles in safeguarding Singapore's safety and security. They are deployed for important duties such as screening, security, patrols, and access control at a wide range of premises, both in the private and public. In recent times, they have also stepped up to assist with COVID-19 safe management measures. These roles require them to interact with members of the public. While the large majority of the public are cooperative, there have been cases of persons confronting security officers carrying out their duties, with some going further to verbally or even physically abuse them. From 2018 to 2020, there was an average of about 150 reported cases of such abuse a year. A survey of security officers conducted by the Union of Security Employees and the Singapore University of Social Sciences last year found that 4 in 10 security officers experienced some forms of abuse at their workplace. Some cases are particularly egregious. In 2019, a security officer at Roxy Square was verbally abused and punched by a man. A video that captured the incident was circulated widely. Last year, a woman deliberately sneezed at a security officer at Eon Orchard after she was denied entry for not wearing a mask. MHA has repeatedly emphasized that we take a very serious view of the abuse of security officers. Members of this House, the security industry, and the union have also called for better protection for security officers. Hence, the imperative to enhance the protection for security officers is clear and present. The bill will amend PSIA to create offences against common types of abuse faced by security officers. The bill will also update the regulatory regime for certain security services, taking into consideration the development of the industry. Let me start with the first objective of creating offences against the abuse of security officers. Section 17A of Clause 3 creates an offence of assaulting or using criminal force to deter a security officer from discharging his or her duties. Section 17B of Clause 3 creates an offence of voluntarily causing hurt to a security officer in relation to the discharge of his or her duties. These offences take reference from similar offences under the Penal Code and carry harsher penalties compared to similar acts committed against general member of the public. Section 17C of Clause 3 creates an offence of intentionally causing harassment, alarm, or distress to a security officer. And this take reference from similar offences under the Protection from Harassment Act, or POHA, and the penalties are similar to harassment offences committed against public service workers. Taking reference from POHA, Section 17D of Clause 3 provides for enhanced penalties for repeat offenders who have previously committed harassment offences. Clause 7 amends POHA accordingly, so that PSIA harassment offence will also be considered a precedent for enhanced penalties in relation to the relevant POHA offences. This ensures that there is consistency in the treatment of harassment offences. Section 17F of Clause 3 provides that the civil remedies available to public service workers under POHA, such as protection orders, are also available to victims of the PSIA harassment offence. Clause 5 provides that the new PSIA offences are non-arrestable unless committed in the view of a police officer. This takes reference from similar offences under POHA and the Penal Code. I will now speak about the second objective on changes to the regulation of security services. Under the PSIA, persons who engage in the business of providing security services must be licensed. This includes security consultants who identify and analyze security risks and provide solutions or strategies to minimize these risks. They also provide advice in relation to equipment designed to provide or enhance security or for the protection or watching of any property. And they also provide services on security methods or principles such as on preventing intrusion. In January 2020, the Association of Certified Security Agencies, or EXA, and the Security Association Singapore, SAS, launched the Security Consultants Accreditation Program, SCAP, to develop the competent security consultants with the requisite skills and competencies. The program requires accredited security consultants to undertake continuous professional development and also has a disciplinary framework for infractions committed by the members. Moving forward, MHA will remove licensing requirements for security consultants to allow the industry to oversee them, including through SCAP. SPF has also worked closely with Temasek Polytechnic's Security Industry Institute to develop a specialist diploma in security consultancy for security consultants to get formal certification of their role. SPF has assessed that the risk of security consultants abusing their position to commit security-related offences is low, as they do not supply the actual security systems or have access to premises for the installation and maintenance of security systems. There has also been no reported case of such abuse in the past 5 years. Even as we move towards industry oversight, if security consultants abuse sensitive information obtained in the course of their work to commit crimes, they will be prosecuted under other applicable laws. Clause 4 thus amends the PSIA to remove the mentioned activities from requiring licensing. Persons who provide any other security services that fall under Section 18 of the PSIA, such as the sale, import, export, installation, or maintenance of security equipment, will continue to be licensed. Madam Deputy Speaker, in Mandarin, please. 副议长女士，新加坡是世界上最安全的国家之一。我们除了有内政团队全力维护国人的安全，尽忠职守的保安人员也是我们重要的伙伴。3个星期前，我在国会就私人保安业修正法案提出一读。法案包括了2项新法令。首先，对欺凌和骚扰保安人员的行为加重处罚，更好地维护保安人员的权益，让他们能安心地执行他们的任务。第二，取消保安顾问的执照要求。我国的保安业有一套严谨的监管框架，所有保安人员都需要经过培训，还有考察，确保他们能有能力冷静地应付突发的事件，维持公众秩序和公众的安全。 但是，保安人员在促进民众遵守规矩的过程当中，不时会碰到不合作的公众，甚至发生辱骂或是攻击保安人员的事件。保安人员也是出自于尽责，才会规劝公众守法。反过来说，难道我们希望保安人员不负责任，不执行他们的任务吗？严格，他们有时会被骂；不严格，也会被骂。希望大家了解，保安人员有时真的很为难。内政部提出扩大私人保安业方案的范围，就是想借此提醒大家，尊重保安人员，维护保安人员的福利，杜绝欺凌。我们常说己所不欲，勿施于人。恳请大家继续和私人保安业者和工会携手合作，在提升保安业素质的同时，尊重与认可保安人员，让我们能继续享有安全、有秩序的新加坡。Madam Deputy Speaker, security officers are important partners that support the Home Team's efforts in keeping Singapore safe and secure. The nature of their work puts them at higher risk of confrontation, and it is necessary to ensure that they are adequately protected under the law. It is also necessary to update our regulatory regime for security services to keep up with the industry developments. Madam Deputy Speaker, I beg to move.